All right. Hi guys. How you all doing? My name is Utpal Nadigar. I am a certified strength and conditioning specialist and also the co-founder of the Cricket Revolution. Go check us out on Instagram. All right. So before we begin, I'd like to thank you all for the support for the first part of this video. This is a two-part series. In case you haven't checked that out, go and check it out. So before we start, there is a little bit of an OCD for me. That cupboard there is open, but we're going to be carrying on with the video, right? So before we begin, I want to slightly brush up on what we spoke about. We spoke about two parameters. We spoke about RPE and RIR in the last segment, right? So today I'm going to be talking about the continuum that we spoke about. We're going to be talking about power, we're going to be talking about strength and hypertrophy, and we're going to be talking about strength endurance, right? I'm going to be making it as simple as possible through the feedback that I got through video number 1. So I hope you all feel that this is much simpler. So power is in essence the ability to develop force in the least amount of time. So power is comes on at the top of the pyramid. It is number 1, it is paramount, and it is the top of the pyramid work. You got to have your strength endurance set, your strength and hypertrophy set before you venture into power. It is max RPE work, so it has the most ratings of perceived exertion while having the least amount of reps, right? So the reps would be around 3 to 5 with the same amount of sets with the maximum amount of RPE. So the RPE being so great in power, we would require complete recovery between sets and a completely fresh central nervous system when we begin power work. That is one of the reasons why it is done in the beginning of the program of the day. Let's say you have strength, you have let's say some HIIT or conditioning work and some power work. You'd obviously choose power first and then strength and then your HIIT or endurance work, right? So that is about power. Moving on to strength and hypertrophy. Strength, as we all know, I'm sorry about that, strength is the ability to withstand load. Hypertrophy, on the other hand, is increase in muscle cross-sectional area. So if you want to get big, hypertrophy is the name of the game. If you want to be able to withstand higher loads, strength is the name of the game, right? So when you're working on strength and hypertrophy, I generally class them together. The rep range would be around 6 to 12 reps. Strength would have a greater load and hypertrophy slightly lesser, primarily only because of the goals that we're looking at. Strength, the goal is to get our load set and load bearing capacity higher, while hypertrophy is to get bigger, right? So the rep and set scheme would be around 6 to 12 sets, around let's say 4 to 5, 3 to 5 again, between 3 and 5 sets, 6 to 12 reps. Again, this is extremely bookish. It depends on where you are. Depends is a term that is used quite a lot in strength and conditioning. It depends on where you stand. So these terms about the figures are extremely bookish. I'm just giving it so that you get a rough idea of what you can do. So then we move on to strength endurance. According to the book, The Essentials of Strength and Conditioning, it says it's 12 reps or more, around 1 to 3 sets is strength endurance. What we're looking at here is building lactic capacity of the muscles, acidosis of the muscles. These are extremely technical terms. What we're looking at is building endurance in our muscles to be able to withstand a particular load for a longer period of time, in layman's English, right? So the rep and set scheme is again 12 or more, around 1 to 3 sets. What we have to focus on here is the RPE is the least. So the ratings of perceived exertion is the least when you bring in strength endurance into the picture, right? So that said, I just want to end with a conclusion so that you can sum this all up. So as RPE increases, the brake increases, right? So that's why power has the most amount of brake and the continuum, as I explained, right? So the least amount of exertion, the more amount of reps. So the lesser the RPE, the more amount of reps. So again, I'll repeat the correlations that we arrive at. Greater the RPE, greater the break, lesser the RPE, more the reps. So we established a relationship between RPE and the break, and ratings of perceived exertion and the reps. I hope this was helpful to you all. Kindly like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, and yeah, give me as many views as I can get. Thanks a lot for your help and support with the first video. Kindly support me with the second video as well. That cupboard is still open for the OCD freaks out there. Thanks a lot though, and I hope to be putting out new content real soon. Take care. Bye.